what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Doe Show. Happy Thursday to you. We're financial advisors here at Jazz Wealth. We manage long-term retirement accounts for you, or individual accounts that maybe you're investing for the long term. If you need help, you can't find somewhere to do it for you, you don't like to do it, you don't want to do it, or it just scares you to death, we're happy to help you. We also teach our customers, and if you're watching this live, then tonight we have a class called Wine and Wealth for our customers, where we sometimes we talk about basic stuff to sort of go more in depth, and then other times we do really geeky stuff, like tonight, where we go unbelievably in depth with a lot of different things that help you understand your investments more in a really quick way. We like to say by the time you grab a glass of wine and enjoy that with us, we'll have taught you something new. We're going to go in depth tonight, so hope you're ready for that. Anyways, I want to keep this one really short for those of you today that are interested in the 401k for 2019. Maybe you say, this is the year. I qualify for the 401k. I want to be a part of the 401k. My employer just started offering it, or maybe they have and you've never participated. I wanted to give you a few sort of basic things so that you understand where you're going with this, and then we'll get out of your way. Number one, the first thing you want to know is that normally, well, for 2018, you can put up to $18,500 if you're under 50, and then you can go up to $24,500 if you are 50 and over. It's called a catch-up amount there. Well, you should know that in 2019, that's actually been raised. It's actually a lot easier to follow now. Now it's $19,000 and $25,000. So basically what it means is you can contribute up to $19,000 of your paycheck into your 401k. What you choose, how you want to invest it, or what you do from there is up to you. But you theoretically could put $19,000 away. If you're over 50 years old, you can go up to $25,000. So they basically just bumped it up $500. Now, this is important because if you're looking at a 401k for the first time, you want to know that that money that you contribute comes off your taxable income. Give you an example. If your effective tax rate, let's say, is 24%, if you put $500 extra away towards your 401k, your tax bill is reduced by $120, or your taxable income. I shouldn't say bill, your taxable income. So it's like you just gave yourself a break there. You reduce your taxable income by $500. Let me make sure I said it correctly. It brings you down by $500. So if you made X number of dollars, now it's $500 less. If you and you get a $120 credit essentially, because it's $120 less that you have to pay. So very, very important that you understand that relationship. It's not that you are just doing something for your future, you're putting a few dollars away. It's that you're getting a tax incentive to do it. The government says, hey, we'll reduce your taxable income because that money you're not technically spending, so you're actually saving it for the future. We'll just tax you in the future then. So it's a great, great little gift there. That's the first thing I want you to know if you're starting with a 401k in 2019 for the first time there. The second thing I want you to know is if you are over the age of 50, you probably should be coming to the 401k to play catch-up. So normally what we suggest is you contribute to your 401k up to the match, and then you see if there's a better option. It's usually the Roth IRA. However, in IRAs, you have only $1,000 extra, right? So next year, 2019, you can go to $7,000, and that's it, right? That's all you can do, right? So in a 401k, you're essentially getting $6,000 more dollars. So playing catch up in a 401k, for those of you that are over the age of 50, could be a good deal there. I'll give you an example. I did some quick math here. If you're 57 and you said, you know what, I'm just going to buckle down, man. I'm gonna drop the coffees. I'm going to quit going out as much as I normally do, eating out a little less. I'm going to put $125 a month away at 57 years old in my 401k to get the extra $6,000 for the next 10 years. If you did that for the next 10 years and you assumed about an average of a 7% return, you would have $83,000 extra available to you, right? So, I mean, obviously it's worth it. You just can't do it in other accounts. So I like people to say, when you're playing catch up, maybe going back to that 401k is the best way to do it. All right, number three, employer match. Your company will put in a few dollars for every dollar you put in. At least I hope they do, right? So most companies say, hey, we'll match your contributions up to some set amount of dollars, right? And they typically do it in terms of percentages. Now, if your company's nice, what they'll say is, you put in 3%, we'll put in 3%. You put in 6%, we'll put in 6%, but that's as high as we're going. Usually they offer it in terms of a percentage. If your company 401k plan's a little wonky, then what they're going to say is, we'll contribute 3% up to the first 6% or something weird like that to try to confuse you. Essentially, it's a 50% match up to a certain amount that you're willing to put in. So they'll usually say, we'll put in 50% up to 6%. They're just saying they'll give you 3%. So bottom line there is, you put $1 in, you get $1 before you even invest it. You could say, I don't want to invest my 401k, I just want the free money from the company. Not going to be advisable, but you could, and that would be 100% return. So if you made $50,000 a year and you said, I'm going to put 3% in, that's $1,500, and the company also put in $1,500, there you go, right? You just ended up with 100% match, all because you elected to participate in something you really should participate in. So that's that one. Make sure you get the company match. General rule of thumb, you go to your 401k, you contribute up to the match, and then from there you look to see if maybe a Roth IRA is better for you, or see how you direct your 401k money going into that, depending on what they offer. Okay, number 4, we're going to talk about fees. That's what we're going to talk about, fees in your 401k. I'm talking about the mutual fund fees here. And I'm not going to say what you think I'm going to say, because I see everybody going the wrong way. Look at me, I'm learning to rhyme on this thing. So anyways, here's what happens. Every one of our customers that we work with here, I will say, hey, I'll look at your 401k. If you want me to look at it, I'm happy to look at it and find the most efficient way for you to invest for your goal. If you have one of those managed services at your 401k, don't pay for that. That is a ridiculous thing to pay for. There is a huge conflict of interest there. Don't go down that road. Do some homework. What we do here, I go through every one of the funds, and then I'll ask you, I'll say, well, do you want to be aggressive? And if you want to be aggressive, are you interested in total return, or do you want to invest as efficiently as possible? And it's just a fancy way of saying, do you want to pay the least amount of money for the best return, or are you willing to pay more provided that the return could exceed that and really be aggressive? Most of the time, all of them last night that I did actually, so most of the time what I find out is that it's actually better to pay up for another mutual fund or a mix of funds in exchange for greater returns, right? But everybody looks at their list of mutual funds and goes, well, that's the lowest cost one. I recognize Vanguard as somehow being cheaper and better than everybody else, and so therefore I'm going to reduce I'm going to pick that fund. Okay, no problem. But what if we could pay a little bit more in exchange for a fund that's set up to do much better? Or even just a little bit better. As long as it outweighed the costs, right? It wouldn't be that big of a deal. The easiest way to think about this is, if you are in a race car circuit and there's 20 other people that race with you, if you could get your car to go a half a mile an hour faster, would you pay a little more for that car, or for the process to get it there? You absolutely would. It doesn't mean you're going to win the race because there's a bunch of other good drivers. You still have to drive the car efficiently, but if you were slightly faster, and you just had to pay a little more, you know you'd win a few of those races and it would pay off in the end. Same in the mutual fund world. The offerings that you have, don't just look at the expense ratios. A lot of times you can put a mix together that will perform a little bit better than the lowest cost mix of funds that are in there, and it's worth it. The total return, provided that you can be aggressive enough and it fits you, can do that, right? So go ahead and set that up, take a look, do your research. Look, just participating in the 401k is great, but participate in a way that makes financial sense. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. If it helps you in some way, good. Go first, start the 401k, go participate. If you're seeing the stock market right now and you're getting nervous, go participate in the 401k. Don't run away, go run towards it. You won't regret it there. Is there apparently 2 shows or something? YouTube's screwing up something there? That's interesting. AZ puts up his contributions at 12%. Great. Now start thinking about taxes. So just bumping up your contributions more and more, is that the best thing? Now let's be efficient and let's dig in deeper and see, should we go a little bit this way or this way to reduce your overall tax bill? That's going to be your main concern, because you're killing it, 12%. That's incredible. That's incredible. And yeah, financial investor. So to be clear, this is for the 401k. I have a hard time with this sometimes because I want to give really specific information. but I can't because, you know, everybody's a little bit different. So today's 401k class, everything that we're covering, this is generally speaking. If you have an advisor, if you have someone that's helping you with this, naturally go to them and see, is it better to go another way? We've done a lot of videos on that, by the way, when you should go left or right or what you should do. But today was just a general sort of 401k overview. I love it. I love it. I love it. Bitcoin and all the great stuff going on in the market. We will cover, of course, on the closing beat later today. Another action-packed day if you're interested in the stock markets. Maybe you're scared and you just don't want to look. But we'll cover it, of course, on the closing beat. I appreciate all of you watching today. It is back to work for me, so enjoy. We'll see you again at 5 o'clock. Thank you for watching and supporting us and everything and subscribing if that's what you've done. I really, really appreciate it. Enjoy.
Why should you choose Jazz Wealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.